merely Bo, the great Z, and joined live here in studio, tight end Blake Whiteheart in studio with us. First NFL catch, man. I know that you would NFL touchdown catch. I know that
First
obviously
NFL target, first NFL catch,
all
first
of those
NFL
things
touchdown.
True. Obviously,
Boom, boom,
you
boom.
would have wanted a win.
Yeah.
But you've had a couple of days, and wins and losses come and go. But as a kid growing up, to check that enormous box off the list, what does that mean?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, in the game, you're kind of really focused on the game, so I didn't really think about it other than just like, oh, I scored a touchdown, like I helped the team. But on the flight back, kind of like reminiscing, like that's like every kid's dream. Like that's what like you do when you're 5 and like you catch a touchdown, you spike it in your backyard, like on the turkey bowl, like Thanksgiving. You know? So like just having that experience and like being able to watch it and like have the game ball, like have that souvenir, like it's just super, super cool. I mean, obviously like winning is way more important than that, but for myself, like that's super cool. Like Jeff Swain, the other tight end, congratulated me. Like he's like, I remember that. Like it was so cool. So he was like, watch that like 16 times. He was like, just go home, watch that clip, just keep watching it, like burn into your brain because like you only get your first touchdown catch once.
That's right.
So super, super cool, super grateful that he throws to me. So
Well, you get in that. You guys line up in the heavy, in the jumbo goal line.
yeah.
As soon as the ball's snapped, I mean, as soon as you've taken one step, you know that they're all in on the run.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you're probably thinking, "Crap, we're both wide open.
Yeah,
Who's he going to
seriously.
throw it to?"
Yeah,
right?
well, Jeff, it's funny. Jeff was like, I could have grabbed that, but like he's like, I'm gonna let you have that one. And I was like, I appreciate that because it was lobbed. I mean, it was for both of us. But yeah, I feel like as soon as we called the play, we kind of gave each other eyes. Like one of us is catching a touchdown right here. So luckily, I'm happy it was me. But yeah, I mean, we knew like as soon as that play was called that that was kind of what was gonna happen, and it worked out perfectly. So.
It's awesome and very happy, obviously, for you. And just kind of take us through your journey. You spent some time with some people we're familiar with, Drew Petzing in Arizona. You come in here after the cut down days, so you weren't with us at all in the off season.
Yeah.
And then a couple games in, they're like, "Hey, you're on the roster now."
Yeah.
And now you're playing, making catches, and you really had 4 catches in this game. One got wiped off due to penalty. But how has that been for you?
Yeah. Well, first I want to say just all grace and glory to God. I mean, truly, like he has been so good to me and my family, and just truthfully the journey that he's brought me on. I mean, it's literally all him. Like there's nothing that I have done physically, mentally, putting myself in situations that would have gotten me to this point other than the grace of God and his favor on me. So I just want to put that out there. I just want to thank you, Jesus, Lord, for just putting me here. But kind of the journey, like you said, undrafted guy, went through camp in Arizona, was like, just going to give it everything I got, kind of in that position, and ended up being on the team a little bit last year, kind of went through camp there this past offseason. And, I feel like I had a good camp, but I just didn't think things were going to really work out there. And, like I said, I'm a faith-based guy, and I know the Lord's going to be faithful all the time. So it's always funny. My wife's from here, from Akron.
Okay.
Her family's from here, and I trained here in the offseason last year and like all through the spring, so it's like miserable here. And I was like, I never want to come back to Ohio. Like we're moving somewhere far away. Like
Go right back to Arizona. Arizona's great.
We're going to Arizona, whatever. Texas, like somewhere else. We're gonna set up our home base, and like I was like, Lord's got a sense of humor. I signed here on P Squad, and I know they're only keeping 2 tight ends, and that was kind of I don't want anyone to get hurt, obviously, but that was kind of the best opportunity I saw for me was to play, and that literally happened week 1. And Dave's obviously getting as healthy as he can be, but I was like, man, like this opportunity is thrown in my face right now. So I just kind of buttoned down all the hatches and just grinded and tried to just cram as much information as I could. And they gave me more and more role as as the weeks went on. So grateful to them for trusting me, for one. It's hard for they didn't know nothing really about me. And they
saw something they liked, obviously.
I mean, they gave me plays, and I just want to perform and help the team win, and I feel like I can help them do that. So super grateful to be here. It's cool. We were talking earlier, like the fan base here is electric. Like I was from a smaller college, Wake Forest. We have fans, but
it's more of a hoop school. You think of the most famous Demon Deacons.
So I mean, I've respect and love for them, but like coming here, it's like this is all there is the Browns, and like going to the games, like the home games, I'm like, man, this is awesome. Like this is cool. Like everyone loves the Browns, and like my family and everyone. So super, super cool.
I said that most of the guys who come in here, especially when we get a chance to talk to the rookies when they draft them really quick, especially the guys who come from big state U's,
Yeah.
And playing at Wake, you played at Clemson, Florida State. Like that's what it feels like. It's that type of feeling that it's Sunday at 1, and this is what the city does. It comes and does that. And obviously, with your wife's family being here, they would have been known
for
all
sure.
about that.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
curious what that were they? I'm assuming huge Browns fans. What did?
Oh yeah, they were huge Browns fans. I mean, everyone, and then me coming here, they're like, "Oh, it's meant to be," blah, blah, like whatever. So, and then I get a million texts from. She's Italian, so her family's like massive.
Yeah.
So I get a text from like all her family members, everyone. So, yeah, like you said, like even like it was a home game at the Raiders game. I mean, there's half the fan. I mean, I was just like blown away, like just everywhere. Just people are everywhere, and that's just like so cool, just to have that experience, because I didn't really have that. I mean, you have Wake, like I said, but not like that where it's just like the support is just poured on top of you. So
Did you
really
meet
cool.
you meet your wife in college?
I did. She played soccer there.
Okay, so the idea that an Akron girl whose family are diehard Browns fans goes to Wake Forest, which is not a typical place.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about faith-based, buddy.
Yeah, I told you.
There's a lot.
I mean, that's.
I'm just connecting dots.
I can't write it up any better. I mean, like it's literally all Jesus. Like I can't.
I think of like girls and their moms and dads, and like dad saying, "Boy, if you could marry a Brown," like that type of stuff. And then she ends up at Wake.
Yeah.
You end up at Wake, like.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a lot
well, you
going
grew
on.
up there, right? You grew up.
Yeah, I grew up 5 minutes.
Did you grow up a Wake fan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, my high school, Wake, and my house is like 5 mile like little circle loop there.
Yeah.
you know, So
To make those worlds collide, though, is a lot going
It's
on.
wild. Yeah.
He's got good plans, man. I would never have thought of that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've it coming to terms like that, but I'm very grateful that it is. 'cause
Yeah,
it's like,
it's awesome.
to be honest, like we're trying to find somewhere to live, but they live in Medina, so like
Yeah.
wherever they're squatting right now, just like living at their place, and they love it because
They hit you up for gear?
Yeah,
I bet.
I got him a few shirts. I got the in-laws a few shirts. I was like,
Yeah, you got to take care. You got to take care of everybody.
Nice. That's awesome.
What was kind of the reaction? You mentioned what Jeff Swaim said, the veteran. He kind of just joined the team too. But Tommy Reese, this is his first year as a tight end. His coach was a college quarterback, obviously, the OC at Alabama, and now he comes in, and that was our first tight end touchdown there. Was he pretty fired up for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's
not even that much older than you.
Yeah, I know. He's a younger coach, obviously, but I really love him. I mean, he's got that coordinator mindset, and he's kind of brought a lot of insight to me, just kind of explaining the bigger picture of football and kind of really understanding defenses better and why things are. So him as a coach has been like such a blessing. Super cool dude, and like. Yeah, he's fired up for me. He was the person I threw the ball to. He was like standing on the field, and I'm like, I'm keeping this ball. And I see him, I just honk it like 60 yards. It hits him like right in the hands. He's like, so he's awesome.
Maybe that's an audition for a trick play too.
Yeah.
If you're slinging it 60 yards,
Yeah.
they're not going to see that coming.
For sure.
That's awesome. In terms of as we move forward here, big challenge going to Washington this week, and this team getting back on the practice field. And we just started the program talking to Blake Whiteheart, by the way, tight end, caught the touchdown in the game in Vegas. Nick coming back, Naheem Hines coming back, Michael Dunn coming back, so some cavalry coming as well. Where is kind of the state of this team coming off of a tough loss and heading into a red hot Washington team on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the message is just like we just have to focus on what we're doing. Like, we have to clean up our own things. I mean, we have so much talent, and we all believe like this is a great team. And in past weeks, we've just been beating ourselves sometimes, and that can't happen in the NFL. Like any given day, any team can beat you. And so, I mean, I love being a part of this team because everyone cares so much. Coaches, players, like we have I'm a younger guy. We have so many good vets who are such great leaders, and so many great players who care. Like that was the message. Is like we got to button down the hatches. Like. All effort goes into this week, like no distractions. Like let's make sure everything is perfect. And like when everyone is perfect and we're playing complimentary football and we're dialed in, like there's no one that can beat us.
Win.
Like look at our roster, like matchup to matchup, like we're good across the board and like we know we can do it. So I think that was, and just doing a little bit more, doing the details just a little bit better, all the things we know we can do and we're capable of, and this team's done in the past. And just playing, collective football, coaches, players, everything. I mean, that's the plan. So like I'm fired up for this week because like it's another opportunity to show like we deserve to be here, we deserve to win games, and like we're going to. Like it's not going to be given to us at all. Like we got to take it. And so that guy right there is a great leader, And he fired us
to the
up. Great
picture of
leader,
Miles on the
great
desk,
player.
Do you end up having to block against him sometimes?
Yeah, I was actually excited for that when I came here because I was on P Squad. I'm like, dude, if I don't get better from trying to block this guy, like, I'm not gonna get better anywhere. Like, he's the best in the league. So like, if I can block him sometimes, then I can block anyone. So, but yeah, I mean, he's just a great leader, and there's a bunch of guys who have just been pushing like this week, just like we got to be on it, and that's what it's gonna take, and that's what we're gonna bring this week. I mean, from here on, it's go time. Like, we got to put the pieces together, and I think that's what we're going to do. I mean, everyone's locked in, coaches, players, like, it's time to go, and we're excited to play this week for sure. I mean, it's such a great opportunity, especially against this team.
Yeah, they're playing well. Well, we're excited too, man.
be fun.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It's awesome to get to meet you. Awesome to see you kind of get that touchdown and have that moment, and the fact that your wife's from Akron. It's crazy.
Yeah, for
awesome.
sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's great.
Great stuff. Blake Whiteheart in studio. Congratulations, buddy. Look forward to seeing it again this week, and thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.